Hello everyone, welcome to our lesson, Communication by Phone, Telephone Terms and Tips. In this lesson, we will focus on the useful telephone terms, share the telephone tips with you. If the phone rings in English, don't be afraid to answer it. The fear of talking on the phone is a second language will disappear if you practice more. The hardest part about using the phone in a language that is not your own is the fact that you cannot see the other person's eyes, mouth, and body movements. In this lesson, we will learn telephone terms and useful telephone tips. Here are some English words and terms that we use to talk about telephoning. Each term is given with meaning and example sentence. Caller is the person who makes telephone calls. Phone back, to call someone who called you first. Call display, a screen that shows who is calling. Dial is to press the buttons on the phone. Hang up, to put the receiver down and end a call. Here is some advice for learners about speaking in English on the phone. 1. Speak slowly and clearly. 2. Make sure you understand the other speaker. Listening to someone speaking in a second language over the telephone can be very challenging because you cannot see the person you are trying to hear. It's better that you can speak slowly and clearly. Make sure both you and the person on the other side can understand each other. 3. Practice with a friend. Practice makes perfect. You can practice with a friend, choose some topics, and try to take turns phoning each other. 4. Use businesses and recordings. You can call and listen to recorded messages. Write down what you hear the first time and then call back and check if your notes are accurate. 5. Learn telephone etiquette. When you practice the telephone language, you also need to learn the phone manners. Remember, don't be too direct on the phone, or the person you are talking to may think you are being rude. 6. Practice dates and numbers. We may find it difficult to say numbers and dates on the phone. You need to practice saying them when you have free time. Now, let's try to practice what we have learned. Match the correct definition for each telephone term. Can you have the correct answer? What information is needed in telephone communication? Tick the correct tips. Can you have the correct answers? Okay, let's go with a more challenging task, the quiz. Please fill in the best telephone terms for each sentence. Can you have the correct answers? Now, let's have a quick review of today's lesson. Today, we have learned the 5 useful telephone terms and example sentences: caller, phone back, call display, dial, and hang up. Here are some telephone tips that you need to keep in mind. 1. Speak slowly and clearly. 2. Make sure you understand the other speaker. 3. Practice with a friend. 4. Use businesses and recordings. 5. Learn the telephone etiquette. 6. Practice dates and numbers. Thanks for joining us for this lesson. This online course is funded by Ministry of Education.